everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Kristen and today we are touching on a topic that I have been meaning to touch on since I started this channel. If you guys have been watching my channel for quite a while now, you guys probably already know that I'm educated in interior design. I have my bachelor's of interior design. I went to college for 4 years to get my bachelor's degree. So I am educated in interior design. I can talk to you guys about this, and a ton of you guys have been asking me, how do I get into interior design school? I'm really interested in interior design. What do I do? What are my next steps? And now is kind of the time of year where people are applying to schools, handing in their portfolios, going through that whole process. So hopefully this video can help a lot of you guys. If I were to have this type of video back then when I was applying to school, this would have helped me so much. So I am really happy to share this with you guys. I used to share this kind of information when I was already in my program, and I'd have like people watching my social media or whatever wondering how to get into the program, and I would just share information here and there on this topic. So this is definitely an easier way to get all the information out to everyone all at once, and yeah, really tell you guys the truth on how to get into interior design and all about the program and everything you really need to know that I wish I knew back then. So hopefully this helps. I'm really excited to share it with you guys, so let's just dive in. So the first thing I have to start with is what the difference between interior design and interior decorating is. I know a lot of you guys may look at like the little projects I take on, and that is strictly interior decorating. I'm decorating rooms, I'm finishing things off, I'm styling things. Yeah, making rooms look pretty with like fabrics, pillows, painting the walls, putting up artwork, furnishing it. That is all interior decorating. And yeah, you don't really need an education for interior decorating if that's what you want to do. You pretty much just need a good sense of style. Obviously you need to look into like fabrics and all that kind of stuff and know your facts on what's good to use, but really you just have to have like a good aesthetic. You have to have good style. You could probably just have like a natural talent for it and be able to style rooms really well, but that is interior decorating. You can either go to like a 2 or 3 year program for that where you'll get a diploma instead of a degree. And even though I was interested in that and like styling rooms and decorating and doing all the final touches that really everyone sees, I thought maybe I should know a little bit more. Interior design might be the way to go. The term interior design gets thrown around so much. Like if people see a really well decorated room, they're like, I really like the interior design of that room. Meanwhile, that is not interior design, that's the interior decor. It's like something completely different. It's a totally different job. So if we're talking about careers and occupation, interior design and interior decorating are like completely different. Anyways, interior design is like pretty much interior architecture. Like as an interior design student, you're gonna be learning like a little less than an architect, which is just mind-blowing. I didn't exactly know that when I was getting into it, so I want to let you guys all know so you don't think you're going to school for interior decorating, you're going to school for interior design, which is like architecture, floor plans, drafting, a ton of technical work, and a lot of psychology goes into it because it's all about what's functional for people and making the best space for people instead of just the best looking space. So it's all about function. You get into HVAC, you get into electrical, lighting, you have to draw all the plans. You pretty much feel like a construction worker or like a draftsman or an architect. It's like unbelievable the amount of hats that interior designers wear. So if that's a shock to you guys and you guys thought maybe interior design was I want to decorate rooms, maybe you might want to reconsider what you're applying for or what you're really interested in. Going off the education part, as an interior designer, you need to be educated. You need your bachelor's of interior design to even get that first job and be qualified because it is super technical. And if you're putting up walls and supporting buildings and drawing lighting plans and like really designing a functional space, yeah, you really need to be educated. So that's the difference. Do you want to be an interior decorator or do you want to be an interior designer? When I got into my first year of interior design school, we lost like half the people immediately. Like first semester, a ton of people dropped out because I think they thought they were in school for interior decorating and they were like, whoa, like we have to know building codes and what's inside of walls and how to build a house pretty much. Yeah, it's a ton. So that's for sure the first thing you need to know before you start applying to go to school for interior design, because you don't want to get in there and then realize later, oh shoot, I want to be decorating rooms and I might have more fun doing that. So just know that before we get into all this. So if you made up your mind that you want to go to school for interior design, make sure that you apply to a school that's CETA accredited. So that means you're getting the full education. Every system is pretty much the same. They make sure you know everything to be able to write your test to be an interior designer later on in the future. So by the end of going to a CETA accredited school, you should know everything you need to know to be an interior designer. But in short term, those are just like the legit schools. So if you want to be legit educated in interior design, I would definitely apply to a CETA accredited school. So I'm going to take you guys back to when I was in high school. This is everything I needed to have and needed to know before I got into the school and got accepted. So I'm assuming you guys are high school students or post-high school students or college university kids that want to switch into interior design and need to know what you need to have. So right off the bat, interior design programs are very small and competitive because there's a ton of hands-on work, group projects, presentations. They don't tend to be giant programs full of students. They're like 50 to 100 kids. I haven't really seen one that's more than 100. Maybe in the US they're more than 100, but I know they're very small programs because of the hands-on work. So knowing that your grades and your classes you take and the artwork that you put together and the knowledge that you know is being compared very, very closely between people so that they can figure out who's right for this program. So you want to be great, you want to have competitive marks and really good artwork, but they do take students with not the highest grades. Like you don't need 90s to get into these programs, but you are competing with people that maybe do have 90s, so keep that in mind. But I remember I needed over 65 average in math. I think over 65, 75 in English. I needed math, English. Some programs needed science, and I was like, I'm not gonna apply to that school. I dropped all my sciences, so it was kind of too late. And I think you needed art, or maybe that wasn't required, but it was for sure math and English. So everyone has to have those classes anyways in high school, so you guys will probably already have that. Just try and keep your grades as high as you can so that you aren't just like pulled out right away for being like too low. But outside of those education requirements, try and take as many classes as you can that are like art, wood shop, AutoCAD. Some high schools have AutoCAD. If you're in that school, take it. Computer technology, where you learn like Adobe suites and Illustrator and Photoshop. Like those are skills that would definitely help you when you get into the interior design program. So if you guys can take those type of classes, like creative classes in high school, definitely take those. The next thing is putting together your portfolio. So if you can start early, I say why not? Like if you're in the 9th grade, if you're a, what do you call it in the US, a junior? No. If you're a freshman, start collecting your art. Take your art classes all the way from grade 9 to grade 12 if you can, and just keep all your art, because in your portfolio you're dating them, so you show progress over years of what you're doing. Paintings, sketches, perspective drawings, sculptures, anything 3D that you build, because that becomes really important further on. But yeah, just collect all your art. If you do art on the side, even better, but I didn't even do that. I just collected all the art that I did in school. And then you'll see each school has different requirements. They'll be like, you need to have in your portfolio a staircase, a bicycle, a room, a building, a still life, you know, they list all these things off. So when I looked through my art options at that time, I was like, shoot, I don't have any of those. I need to start drawing. So you have to make sure that you meet all those requirements in the portfolios. Also, the appearance of your portfolio matters. Like it needs to be clean, binded, whatever they say in the requirements, have it, but better, you know? Interior design is all about style and professionalism and appearance and all that, so make sure that your work is presentable. Mine was bound, laminated, front and back cover, all that, but hopefully your work stands out, because I've seen the professors at my program, like the director of the program, whipping through portfolios so quick. So if they don't see what they want right away, like, I think you're being put to the side. So try and stand out, try and be put together. If you're the type of person that stapled it at the corner and it's just a big mess with different size paper and all that, yeah, it's not gonna work out. Oh, I also forgot to mention, you're not handing in your actual art pieces, you're photographing all of your art pieces. So that was also a task because I've never done that before. Make sure you have good lighting, lit by a window, no shadows on things. Try and like iron out a sheet or something and put it on the floor on an easel and photograph your stuff well for your portfolio, because that definitely makes a difference. And then I don't know if they still do this in all these programs, but when I was applying, they were taking letters and doing interviews. So the letter was also huge because it really showcased who you were, what you already know about interior design, your passion for it, your somewhat knowledge about it, the type of person you are. Like, you know, it's kind of like explaining who you are to somebody, and that's a really, really important part of all this. So I took a long time to write mine and really thought about like, what is an interior designer? What qualities do they have that I have, or what qualities do they have that I should have? They're outgoing, they're presentable, they're able to share ideas, they're creative, they're technical. Yeah, you just have to really come off as like you can be an interior designer and you're capable of it and this is why kind of thing. I don't know what all the schools ask for, but that was kind of it for me. Like, who are you? What do you like about interior design? What do you know about it? That kind of thing. So it was kind of straightforward, but also gave you the opportunity to like really explain yourself. And then there was some schools that held interviews, and oh my gosh, I've never been so nervous in my life. That was the scariest thing ever. But you'd go in dressed nicely and presentable, have your portfolio with you, and you would show and explain your artwork to professors of the school. So that was really, really intimidating because I wasn't fully proud of my portfolio at that point, but it really gives you a look at what it's gonna be like in school because, wow. The professors critique and look at your work at all times, and you can never really hide it and be ashamed of what you've done. You have to proudly present yourself all the time. But the interview is so crucial for picking students because it really shows like, can this person speak? Can they do presentations? Can they work with others? Can they hold conversation? Can they represent themselves? Because when you're an interior designer, you're representing your idea, you're presenting your plans, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, keep that in mind, be confident or pretend to be confident as much as you can. At some schools, they make you do drawing tests. So they sit you down in a room and they require all these tests that you have to do. So you're sitting there in the moment drawing things that you have no idea what they're gonna tell you to draw. Some of them are like super abstract, but that's to really wean out the people that can think outside of the box and push it one step further and just be, yeah, like conceptually creative. So yeah, it's a ton to even get into the school, which is like really scary. If you already have the passion for it and you can get through the whole like getting into the school phase, then I'm sure you can handle the actual school part. So it can be like extremely stressful. Like I remember being just so stressed during that time of life because in your last year of high school, you're trying to, you know, finish up and do well and get into the schools, and you're watching all your friends get accepted into their big university programs. So for them, it's like, you just need good grades, you get into your school and get accepted. But for a lot of design students, interior design students, it's a lot more that goes into it, and they like, yeah, it's a huge process. So if you guys are willing to do that and you guys are interested still after hearing all that, then I think that interior design could be for you. It's crazy how if you tell people like you went to school for interior design, it kind of sounds like la-di-da, like it just slips right over people's heads and they don't even like think twice about how much work it would be. But it's a ton of work in the program. And for me, I had like hardly any social life while I was in the program because it's so much work. Like so much hands-on project work and design work in general. It's like you're never gonna be done because design is like never ending. Like it's never good enough. It's never the way you want it to be, but it's, yeah, you could just drive yourself insane. I pretty much drove myself insane in school. So if you guys are down for that, I don't want to scare you guys away and like freak you out. Like this is so much work, you have no idea, but yeah, it's a lot. So I don't want you guys getting into something that you're like, yeah, this is not what I thought it'd be. So make sure you have that passion and that like career goal at the end, because that will get you through. Passion will definitely get you through. The work is craziness, but if you still have the love for it, you'll do it, and it's still fun along the way. It's honestly fun. It's really fun. And once you're in the program, just know that it's a lot of presentations like every week kind of thing. You're just always presenting your idea in front of your class or in front of your professors. So that is a huge thing in the program. Presenting group work is a huge thing. So you need to get along with people, you need to be nice, you need to be able to explain your ideas, you need to be organized, and you need to be hardworking. Like at the end of the day, they're gonna wean out and fail people that they think don't have what it takes to get through. So yeah, it's a lot. So if you're going to school for interior design, be prepared for it. I don't know if I'm answering the right questions that you guys need. Maybe I'll do like an interior design Q&A on people's questions that have more questions about programs or schooling for it. And I've been thinking I really wanted to do an interior design Q&A, like you guys would send me photos of your bedroom or your living room or your kitchen or whatever, and you're like, what should I change? Or how can I make this better? Or if you guys have a specific question on it, that would be so much fun. So I could like post your picture and talk about it and, you know, give you the advice you need all at once. So I could get everybody's done all at once. So that would be super fun. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I feel like that would be great. I don't really know what I'm saying anymore. I've been talking for so long, and I hope it all made sense and helped some of you guys, because if I had a video like this when I was applying, this would have saved me, or at least would have helped me understand what I'm in for or what's required and all that kind of stuff. And like, yeah, I just didn't know anything and I applied and got into things. So I was very lucky. Be proud if you get in. It's a very big accomplishment, and to get through the program is an even bigger accomplishment. So hopefully this is all clear. I'm just gonna sum up my ideas all together. Know the difference between interior design and interior decorating. Make sure you go to school for the thing that you're actually interested in. Prepare yourself and take those art classes that you need to put a portfolio together. Draw on the side, draw as much as you can. Have the passion for interior design, research it, love it. It's gonna be 4 years of your life thrown at you about it, and just try and stand out in any way possible just because it is so competitive. So just remember that. Try and remember those things when you're applying, and I promise, well, I can't promise, but I really hope you guys get in with that advice. I just really want to help you guys and like give you all the information I have, but I hope I got it all. If I forget anything, I'll write it in the comments below, more information that I have, but I think I got it all, or got all the information that I wish I knew, kind of thing. So make sure you guys look down below in the comments after this, just in case I add anything extra. And if you guys have any questions at all about this or interior design or the education or anything, comment them down below and I'll get back to everybody. I promise I'll get back to everybody, answer as much as I can. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you appreciate it. I hope it can really help somebody. I really do. Good luck to all you guys applying to school. I know you can do it. I'm so excited for you. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys like this kind of sit down, chit chat, informational video or interior design videos. Let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I post videos twice a week. I'm super excited to have you guys as part of my channel, so make sure you subscribe, turn my notifications on, and you'll always be first to watch every single video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next video. Bye!